Hello, this is Scott from Intuitive Insights and Tarot, and joining me today is Laura. Hi, Laura.
Hi, this is Laura from Laura's View and Tarot too.
All
Scott asked
right.
me to come back and have a quick visit with him, and we wanted to include our viewers.
Yes, last time we met, I was the master and you were the student. Now the force of the internet has grown stronger in you than it has in me. You have surpassed me in subscribers and monetization. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. I don't know about the monetization yet. I'm still in the process of getting my address verified. So everything I'm doing is still out of pocket at this point, but I guess that'll change once the whole process is done. But yeah, you were the master, and I still rely on you for my personal reads and totally trust the results you get when you use the cards. That'll never
Oh, thank
change.
you very much. Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Then for the rest of it, hey, they said that this is the era when the divine feminine is going to surge and create a balance. And maybe that's part of that balancing that the universe is doing.
No, absolutely, and it's why I like having that divine feminine as my counterpart when I do a lot of my videos with other people. Even though I've recently brought in Dan, so we got the guys club doing we call it
Hey,
esoteric musings.
yeah, but men can have divine feminine energy too.
That's right.
Without being a wuss, people have to understand that we all have both elements, as part of us.
Yeah, so I just wanted to bring you on here and let you tell my viewers how things are going with you because you've, like I've mentioned before, you had this great success, meteoric, I would say, and I wanted to congratulate you and say how happy I am for you because I know this is something that you wanted to do, and not to be famous on YouTube, but just to be able to um, uh, give people an uplifting view on current events.
Yeah, that's really important to me. Even if we tackle difficult subjects, I try to always look at the brightest side possible and or give people just a reality check of here, we can't fix this, but this is what we could intention towards, pray towards. Um, Here's how we can avoid some of these pitfalls, things like that. Just try to keep it as positive as possible without being, unrealistic that it's not a very difficult time for humanity, because it is. But part of that difficulty is that people are they're being bombarded so much by fear porn and things that if it's not fear, then it seems like the opposite side wants us to be outraged. So I think there's a way to
Mm.
find kind of a happy medium and keep our inner peace and frequency high, and that all helps the collective consciousness. It really does.
Well, you're doing good work, and I
Thank you.
congratulate you on that. And yeah, that's why I try to stay away from. I reached a level of burnout with truther news and fear porn. Oh, I stopped doing that 10 years ago. Um, but I still do a little bit that on my channel. Um, I love doing my tarot and headlines, but I save that for like false flag attacks and stuff like that. Um,
Yeah.
and I really enjoy just doing fun, entertaining stuff. I don't know if you've seen my In Search of series,
Hmm. Yeah, I'm one
nostalgic.
of your Patreon subscribers, and I watch
Oh,
it on there.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And so having a lot of fun with that, and yeah, just something different for people to look at and enjoy. And anyways, so that's just great for you. I'm really happy for you.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. Yeah. The first time I ever appeared on camera was with you. I
Yeah.
was using you for my private reads, and I was asking so many current events questions. You finally said, hey, how about if we just record a session? And I was nervous, and my microphone was messed up, and the lighting was terrible. And you kept telling me, you've got intuitive gifts, you need to trust them. You've got a gift there that you may be able to share. And and then when I first started my channel was in February. And when I did my first video, I didn't even know what a tripod was, much less have one. That's why I was holding cards up on that board and stuff. But I really felt strongly that the universe was saying, start now, you learn as you go.
Hmm.
And people have been very gracious, as I've gone through, and I make no secret of the fact that I'm still on a steep learning curve. And it's always going to be a home production. It's not going to be a studio type of thing. And people have been really wonderful about that. I'm very grateful.
Well, I knew right from the very first videos that we did that people loved you. My audience loved you, so I knew that you would do well. And I know Janine gave you a little shout out, and
I've had
you know,
numerous ones. You gave me the first one. And when I was back, didn't even have 100 subscribers, and you gave me a shout out, and that got me into triple digits. And then actually, before Janine shouted me out, a gal on Twitter, she's got her page is Detective Lily. She loved the one I did about Nostradamus, was Putin the Ogmius in Nostradamus. And so she got me into the thousands, the little thousands. And then Janine kind of brought the rest of it my way with her shout out. So it was just like this magic trifecta of support from the community. And that's one of the things I love about both the tarot community and the truth-seeking community. And, we kind of intersect here with this interest of mine. And that is, there's no undercutting. It's support or it's nothing. And I love that. Nobody seems to, there may be some, but that hasn't been my experience yet. And I'm going to keep my frequency high enough and vibration high enough that continues to be my experience, that I find and work with people who are positive and uplifting to others and not trying to be negative or tear them down.
that's great. Yeah, it's funny. I had an interesting. I had a similar experience with Twitter when I was getting started. A woman, Tracy, who was like one of my very first supporters, and she really believed in me, and she was active on Twitter. I'm hardly ever on Twitter, and yeah, she was posting my videos on Twitter and tagging Janine in them, and that's how
Mhm.
uh, you know, Janine found out about me, and then she gave me a little shout out, and everything to that. So yeah, it's really amazing how these things work.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's about it for me. I just wanted to give you an opportunity to give my viewers an update on how you were doing it, just in case maybe there's still some viewers who don't know that you have a channel. Some of my viewers who don't know you have the channel. So I wanted you to have the opportunity to come in here and tell people to come over and check you out.
Well, thank you, and ditto to mine. But before we wrap this up, I wanted to ask, for old time's sake, if you would be willing to do a read for me, and I'll explain what I need.
Okay.
Recently, I was giving people a suggestion of a song that I find very, very uplifting. And it's only 2 minutes, 12 seconds long. It's Mama Cass's New World Coming. And I suggested that maybe they'd want to make a practice, it's only 2 minutes of their day, of doing some very positive prayer and intention and manifesting practice to that song. And a couple of the comments I got, people said that they went expecting to be uplifted, and they were just overwhelmed with a feeling of grief, that not because the song was bad, but just feeling like that there had been foul play in her early death. And so I was wondering, I do trust you for my personal reads, and one's just of interest. If you would be willing to ask the universe if there is information or insights that can be shared about the life and passing from the earthly plane of Mama Cass.
Yeah, sure. And before I begin, let me do a little commentary. I was working on a video called the 27 Club, where I was going to look at all of these individuals who have passed away at that age. Um, I later on ended up scrapping that video for different reasons, but in my research, I looked at Mama Cass and her partner. By the way, I didn't realize she was gay until I did this research. Um, so she had a partner, a same-sex partner, who says for sure she believes that Mama Cass was murdered. Right? I can't remember the details of it now, but it was just like she said in her opinion that she was. I won't use that word again, by the way.
Foul
Um,
play.
yeah, taken a and if you and then you what do you remember the original reason they gave for her passing?
At first, they said she choked on a ham sandwich.
Uh-huh.
And that was the one that made everybody, thought that was hilarious because she, was a large lady. And
Right.
then the autopsy report later on said it was heart failure, that they had only speculated it was a choking death because there was a partially eaten ham sandwich at her death site.
Well, I'm just thinking now in retrospect, that story of her choking on a ham sandwich, I think if you ask most people, that's what they would say, how she died.
Mhm.
But that was just another way of denigrating her and the divine
Exactly.
feminine. And oh, look, she's this fat woman. Excuse me, people, I'm not making fun. I'm paraphrasing what they were saying. Here's this fat lady, and she was a hippie and she was, and look, she died choking on a sandwich. It's just a way of degrading her in the public's eyes. And I didn't know about this song you're talking about. I'm gonna have to check it out. And actually she was made probably someone who is bringing love and light to the world. And
Hmm.
so so yeah, I'll be happy to look at this. And I just checked my video that I'd done earlier on 27 Club, and I hadn't gotten to her yet. So this will be new to me as well.
I like fresh reads. That's why I get excited when I do the cards because I don't set them up or anything. So it's like, oh, look what it's saying. It's so exciting.
Okay,
Now,
so
this
I'm
may
going to
not be
switch over.
exciting, but it'll probably be informative, if not exciting.
Yeah, I'm going to switch over to my overhead here. Okay, does that look okay? And
Yeah.
let's give a shuffle here for Mama Cass. Um, and I had plans for doing so many more videos about things like this. The 27 Club, the Moon. But I've been so busy with clients that I haven't been able to do as many fun videos for YouTube as I would like to. But okay, so this is for Mama Cass. What is the truth about her? Oops, turn these cards around. It's the truth of her passing. Oh,
Wow.
that's telling right
And
away.
the autopsy report said she died of heart failure, and there we have a heart.
Uh-huh. But it also could be betrayal.
Yeah. Well, or both. Yeah.
Um, okay, so okay, it may have been that her heart failed, but she was poisoned, uh, Laura.
Hmm.
She was given something. Maybe it was in that half-eaten sandwich that was at her side. There was she was given something. Now, normally this is a health card, right? This is a good healthy card, but we're asking about someone's passing away, and we have the Three of Swords here, which is betrayal. It might have even been somebody in her inner circle who did this, a Judas who was paid off. Yeah, they or maybe even MK Ultra. So this Eight of Wands, like someone in her close circle was triggered through an MK Ultra sort of thing, that to slip her something poisonous. I think I was on to it before when I said that she was a powerful force for the divine feminine that would have led a lot of people to to love and light. And
Mhm.
so the dark cult wanted to take her out. Um, she would have done a lot to wake up sleepers and bring bring people more people into the movement of peace and love, which I know a
Sooner.
lot of people like to a lot of people nowadays like to say that the hippie movement was a CIA psyop and things like that, but there really was a lot of people at that time who really just wanted peace and love in the world. Um, so so yeah, I'm just gonna make this a quick read. She
Are,
was her partner was right. She was taken out, and I think it was through poisoning.
okay, I have a really out there follow-up question on this. Are you game?
Sure, sure.
Okay. So I asked my 5,000 subscribers to listen to her song, New World Coming, and use it to
Mhm.
meditate and focus and help our humanity speed its way along the path towards enlightenment. Now, are you familiar with the looking glass technology that people have been talking about
Sure
lately?
am.
That,
Yeah.
that previously the dark side had really effective looking glass technology, and now the white hats have the better version. Is it possible that in their looking glass technology, they saw that her songs would be used like I'm using them now and thought they could stop that? And does the universe
Okay.
want to let us know if, because, now she is once again a force for the light as people are using her song to stay positive.
Great.
And that's not
Let's
the only
take a
one she
look.
has that would be positive, but it's just the one I suggested is, speaks to my heart the most.
Was she with the Mamas and Papas when
Mhm.
she made that song?
I don't know if that was when she went out on her own. Since she's the only singer in there, I think it was after the Mamas and Papas, but I don't know that for sure.
Right, right. Because yeah, that's what I thought when you said just Mama Cass. Okay. So uh by the way, what's the song what's the song about California? California Dreamin', right?
Hmm.
Absolutely love that song. Okay. Six of Pentacles. Yeah, I think you're onto something there. So her music was taking people into a new territory. This is, the territory of love and light, and they didn't want that. They wanted to create, discord amongst the hippie movement at that time, where they just it here she was following her heart, and her work would have was a great deal of generosity, and it was too much for them. So they had to
Look,
they had to stop her.
all the cups. You talked about poisoning, and look at all the cups.
Oh, right, right. And here's divine feminine, okay? The strength. She had this and she was very strong with this divine feminine, and that's
Four
just
cups.
something that yeah, that was something that they couldn't have at the time. And there you go. And she probably was also very intuitive. She might have, had she lived, she might have gone on to become a very intuitive truther,
Hmm.
maybe she's even able to see into the souls of the dark beings, and she would have exposed that. So yeah, I think you're right. She by taking her out, they were able to keep their evil plans going a little bit
Hmm.
longer. I
Yeah.
mean, that's why we're in 2020 and or 2022 and we're still fighting this war. When I became aware that we were in a spiritual war, it was back in the 80s. And I thought for sure we would have gotten through it by the early 2000s, and
Yeah.
it's taken a lot longer than I ever imagined it would. So, but I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
patient.
Well, our spark is eternal, even if these bodies aren't. So we'll
Well,
we'll
listen,
see how it
I
plays
know
out.
you weren't prepared to do a reading, but I was wondering if you had your cards there, and you don't have to set up
Yeah,
your camera and everything. Could you do one for me?
I'll be
And it's a
glad to. What do
personal
you want?
question.
Yeah.
I'm I want to live near the sea again so badly. I grew up in Florida, 5 minutes from the ocean. I was at the ocean, at the beach, uh, you know, any day I could be, and I want to know if in the next year I'll be able to be living near the sea again here in Thailand. Uh, that's all. So if you could
Okay.
tell me, I'm doing everything I can to put the intentions into the universe, and I'm working hard, and I'm trying to save money. So I'm doing my part. I'm just wondering if the universe is going to meet me halfway.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. Okay. You'll have the
Okay,
money
yeah.
for it. It's looking
Yeah, yeah,
good.
it looks like I'm going to be comfortable.
King of Wands in the recent past.
Ooh,
Current, you're moving. The
yeah.
Chariot about moving. Oh, and a year from now, got the Hermit showing up. Off-world's kind of
Well,
watching the situation.
that's okay. A hermit is so that means my house is going to be in a nice isolated place where I don't have a lot of neighbors.
Okay, 2 advice cards. Hanged Man,
Okay,
okay. Be
patience.
willing, pay a little bit of patience and be willing to look for opportunities that aren't the ones you're expecting, you know?
Right,
And the
right,
second
right,
one
right.
is don't worry, be happy. There's not as much to worry about this happening as you think there is. It's on the way.
Yeah, yep. Okay.
All right.
That looks like a very possible yes
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
And a lot
yeah. It's
some
not
of
going
it's
to
going to
happen
be up to
fast. I'd
me, I
say it'd
believe.
be towards the end of the year. Um, but yeah, and right there in the center, you got the Chariot, and then we got the Hermit, we got the Hangman, we got 3 out of 7 cards are major arcana.
Oh,
So yeah,
and you got that yes. Where did that yes come up in the reading?
it came up as a situation.
Okay, well, I'll take that. I realize
Yeah,
that's a wand, so that's just like maybe I'll just be getting set up. So maybe not quite 1 year, maybe a little longer with that hanged man
see, no, I
too.
think it'd be about a year from the look of this. Not anytime fast, but
Right.
yeah, yeah. So I make sure you got the
All
flip
right.
flops. You're
Well,
gonna need them.
that's that's something to look forward to. Okay. And oh,
But this was
I
fun.
want
Thank you
to
for suggesting we get together and chat.
oh yeah, it's been great. But before we go, I also have to give you a very heartfelt thank you uh, because I know with your new mini fame, as I like to call it, I mean that's with me. You've been getting a lot of requests for readings, and you're you feel like you don't do personal readings, so you've been sending people to me, and that's been a great. The timing could not have been perfect, more perfect, because I had this tsunami of requests after Janine talked about me, and as tsunamis tend to do, it subsided and it went went away. And for about 2 weeks, I wasn't getting any new requests. And then all of a sudden you had your success and you were sending people to me. And and it's a lot better. Like when it happened with Janine, it was overwhelming. I woke up in the morning, I had 60 emails. Within a week, I had 100 emails. And now it seems like people are coming in metered, like just the perfect timing. Uh,
Mhm.
and one of the clients that I who was referred to me by you, she has a salon in Michigan. And my sister's a beautician, and beauticians have this whole, this world of clients, and she's really into it. She told me, she said, uh, before the reading, she says, if I click with you, I'm going to be sending you a huge clientele. And I'm like, oh, no pressure, you know. And so the good news is the reading with her went really well. We did click, and she's like, I'm going to make you famous. She's like, I've done that before with another guy who's a psychic. I started referring him, and he's famous now. So
Well,
I'm
good.
feeling very hopeful about my future. Um, and I owe it to the ladies in my life, Janine, and now you, and everybody who's helped me. So
Yeah, yeah. Well, we've both really benefited from a lot of support from the universe, and just good-hearted people sent our way. And I know you're as grateful for your path being helped as I am for mine. So thanks again for suggesting we chat. I appreciate it.
yeah, okay. Well, I guess that's it for tonight. And just want to say thank you again, and best of luck to you. Keep doing the good work that you're doing. You're uplifting so many people, and alleviating so much fear and doubt out there. Uh, Frankly, I don't have the patience for that anymore. When I was doing live shows with Taiga, it seemed like every week I was getting these fear-based questions, and honestly, I just don't want to. I mean, I don't know. Just I don't want to feed into it, or I don't know. I don't have the patience for it. I want to do fun things. I want to live in the moment, and just
Yeah, yeah. No,
I
I
don't
get
know.
it. Yeah, we each have our own slightly different path, and I love current events, and that's
Right.
probably why I won't do live shows. It's not from fear, but I don't want fear-based questions. If I have a topic, I'm going
Hmm.
to do research on it, make sure it's true, and then let the cards, speak. And I do pray before I do that what will the insights we'll get will be the most positive possible. And I want people coming away feeling empowered and hopeful. But if not hopeful,
Well,
at least empowered. So
yeah,
anyway,
that's
by the
what you're
way,
doing.
I, I probably should have said this at the start, but my viewers have asked me to always mention the date so that
Oh,
down the
right.
road, some foreign entity won't be trying to claim they're us. So today's date for this interview was May 10th, 2022 for me. And since Scott is in Thailand, it is May 11th, right?
Yep, I'm a time traveler. I'm in the future.
That's right. You're also already celebrating my daughter's birthday. It's her birthday on the 11th. So,
Oh,
yeah. So,
okay. Well,
anyway,
happy
well, thanks
birthday to your
again.
daughter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's a great kid.
yeah,
I
and
think I'll keep her.
thank you for coming down and slumming with us lower
Yeah.
beings on the YouTube channel
Oh,
on the
don't be
YouTube.
silly. It's just a homecoming. This is how it started. Chatting with you and having you give me a little support and encouragement and prodding me a little bit. You can do it. You can do it. Now do it.
Yeah. Well, I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you. And like I said before, like uh yeah. Anyways, I don't want to
It's all good.
blather on it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I got to go because I got to get ready for a client in a little bit, and hopefully I need to work on some more YouTube videos. My In Search of the Tunguska event
Aha. Well, I'm going
is
to
the
have
one
some
I'm working
dinner
on right
and
now.
then see if the universe points me towards a topic, and I may end up taking the night off after this. We'll find out. If video go up tonight with the same outfit on, you'll know I thought of something.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to change, actually. That
Okay.
that's how I know my videos, like when I'm going through videos and doing editing stuff, I can see what hat or what shirt I was wearing that day, and that's how I know which video it is.
Okay, well, good night. Thanks again.
All right. Goodbye, Laura.